must have bought a further out of the money strike, huh, Derek? Or maybe you got a better entry than me, huh?
Prospective Fed nominee Judy Shelton says global economy in very dangerous situation. That's on CNBC.
Well, I'll tell you about it later.
Says like 1930s.
SLB was earnings too.
Here's a chart that I like. I just
announces it's announced the date of their second quarter. I don't know why it's up then.
I do like that setup.
Not really enough for me to be interested in it though.
What's crack-a-lackin'? It's the pineapple guy from chat. Hey, pineapple guy, can you hear me? Alright, cool. Hang on one second, I got on my Discord. So guys, click that link if you can that I posted. It'll be the live stream that I'm trying out. It's the first time I've ever done it, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But tell me if the link works. You can type in either chat, it doesn't matter. But we'll go over the Stokes trade from this morning.
Percentage, it just wasn't much volume or really doing a whole lot of anything. So.
I think GPS is getting any good. I'm just having a hard time convincing myself to.
It's kind of hanging out at the moving averages. It popped a little bit in the moving
averages.
I'm having a hard time
convincing myself that I need to come out here and buy these at $1.05 or $1.10.
Let's rush on this TWR here. ZM's had a pretty big move just in the last 10 or 15 minutes, up over $2.
I would hold it %. Really good here.
Just waiting on a few people to come on in here.
It's a little weird because of it's an earning. It's a pretty nasty candle. It's wild, isn't it, Chris? It's crazy the difference a day can make, isn't it? It's totally nuts.
Hey, numb nuts. You guys said you want me to do... It says you are off air. I'm not off air.
Again, not my favorite pattern. And I think the squeeze needs a few more dots, but it's not bad.
I am live streaming, suckers. Oh, that's... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just go to my... Just go to my YouTube channel. I don't know what the hell. I think I gave you the wrong link.
Break that high now. Break this thing again. When he breaks the high, this thing probably goes to 43.
Costco with a great recovery there.
Pretty quickly.
The problem too, gang, is on a morning like this.
Nissan reporting total U.S. sales for July 2019 of 98,880 units. That's a decline of 9.1% versus the prior year. Sales for July 2019 of 98,800.
Sorry if I missed it. Just post it back in.
42. All right, try that one.
MYGN, Myriad Genetics, hitting $42 now, following that coverage announcement.
Hey, Pineapple, can you hear the other things in the background, like the other people talking?
Actually, Target's probably not a great example.
Stock's good from here.
Target might not be a bad entry here. It's something like Intuit. You know, it's like, it looks great, and I bet you there's a pretty sweet chart here on the 195. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at that. The momentum shift. Like, is this where you want to buy it? Not really. Not really.
Is there any competition for them, Andrew?
All right, cool.
Can you
guys hear? All right, I'm gonna mute Discord so you can hear me and the other thing. But answer the question. Can you hear the other people talking? Like the other chat rooms I have open?
Seems like it'd be a skew test anyway. You're gonna skew the test to do the drug, right? such a way to do that.
You can hear two other guys talking right now.
Someone posted a number on those tests. They're like
You guys need to
$1,500
hit the
a
live
test.
button. I think you're starting at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
Hit the live portion.
I'm not sure if I saw that on Jock with, I think. But I didn't see it anywhere where I saw. I'm not trying to think what they get per test, but 1,500 seems quite high.
All right, we're gonna get going here. So let me bring up the 15-minute chart. This right here is what this is what we were watching this morning. Let me bring all this goodness around here. Get rid of you.
I know it's a lot of the short speed. Maybe it's more based on what you think people are going to want more sales on the med.
Let's zoom this in a little bit. This is TradingView, by the way. They have a free software version, and it's pretty sweet. This is. Hang on, let me mute these other dudes. It's kind of annoying.
September 240 calls.
Kind of read into this test and see. I can't find a dollar amount anywhere right now. I saw they had done about 300,000 tests at no cost.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so what we've got here is the trade from this morning where I used Stokes or stochastics. This indicator right here down here on the bottom is what we're looking at. And if you guys have questions or anything, type them in YouTube chat. Right now I only see Jim typing, but if you have questions, type them in YouTube chat, not Discord. So anyway, here is what we were watching pre-market. So it kind of looked like this actually. This is the 15-minute chart. This is just kind of where I saw the divergence, okay? So if you want to look up what exactly the stochastics or whatever, how you want to say it, Stokes for short, what it actually is, you know, that's a different YouTube video. You can look that up yourself. But a lot of times when there's divergence between price action and the Stokes, it usually means a reversal is happening or about to happen. And even more so when you have a trend line that it could break over. In this case, we had a trend line. This is TWOU, got absolutely slaughtered yesterday, right? This is all yesterday's price action. And actually, yeah, all yesterday's price action. So it kept coming up to this, you know, resistance line, and it closed right at it. So what I saw today is I just kind of pulled up the chart. And I'm like, huh, this is interesting. So we had the Stokes down here at like, and you can see the number values right here, right? At this low right here, this red candle, you know, you've got 0.44 on the blue, right? And then it rolls up, comes back down, right? This here makes a new low, all right? A new low. But the Stokes here, and the blue line is kind of the key one here, the Stokes only went to 18.7. So it's making a higher low on the Stokes, yet the price action, it dipped further down, okay? So this is called a divergence. So let me get my fancy arrows out here. This is the area we were, okay. That one. And that one, all right? So price action made a lower low, but the Stokes made a higher low. This is divergence. This is the setup that I'm talking about. You can use this on any time frame, and I did one today. I can't remember the trade. We'll maybe go after that. Go look at that one after this one. So what I was looking for out of the open today was two things. Now we had two things lined up. First is the break of this trend line, and the second is an indicator that we have divergence on the Stokes, and it's already crossing, the blue line is crossing the red for indicating an uptrend, right? Because we closed yesterday on this candle. So I actually missed the initial move this morning. It opened at like 1240 or something like that, 1250, and shot immediately to 13. I went long for the break of this trend line, and you can see what the Stokes is doing, right? Opening up real wide, and this is what you want to see. And a lot of volume comes in, boom, 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 boom. Gets a nice move all the way up to like 1422. I took profit. I took 2,000 shares at 13. It came back down to like 1280 on me, and I sold half at like 1302, bad fill. The second half I sold in the 1330s or so, just scalping this move. But as you can kind of see, the Stokes, it was real wide, and I probably could have ridden it to 14, but after going red on it, I just like to be green and be done with it. But this right here, this reversal is pretty key, and if you can add it to your trading, I don't know, toolbox, so to speak, especially when there's a trend line in play that it could break on a reversal, you'll get a nice little pop. And as you can kind of see here, on the 15 minute, it got popped. What does it look like on the 5 minute? It's a lot uglier. Yeah, let's not mess with that. But this is what I was looking for on the 15 minute. And right at the top of that trend line, right? And all I did was just, we've got this initial bounce, and I just used those two to create a trend line. That's all I did. This is the downward move, trend line. Boom, easy, nice and easy. That's this red line right here. Can you please tell us what other indicators you were using besides Stokes? Well, on this trade, it was just the Stokes. And the break of that trend line. Perfect world, I would have gotten long for the break of the trend line, because I already had this, in this situation, I already had the Stokes diverging. All I needed was the break of the trend line to fire it long, really. So I wasn't paying attention to it. So the break of like, what is this? 1280 would have been the perfect entry. But I chased it a little bit. I got in and I didn't realize I'd already moved 50 cents. It's not typically what I like to do. I kind of got lucky that it did move up as it did. But that is, on this trade, that is the only indicators that I was using. This down here is just, RSI. It's RSI plus EMA. It's a thing that TradingView has. Green is typically buy signal. Red is typically sell signal. But that was that trade. Let's look at it on, let's see, what was the other trade? PS. That's the other one I used it on. So let's pull up PS. So I have a rather large monitor, so I'm sorry if this doesn't come through if you have a 1080p monitor. All right, so here is the reverse. Okay, here's the reverse trade that I took on PS. So let's zoom in. This is the 1 minute chart now. So this is just showing you can do it on a different time frame. So PS gets slaughtered all morning. It gapped down, right? Huge, just guys in my chat room slaughtered this one, or Gates Money Team Chemical Peel in my chat room, he slaughtered this trade today. But I took it a little later, and that was right in this area. What does this paintbrush do? Oh, that is terrible. Let's try that again. Let's just do a circle, a yellow circle. That's not a yellow circle, that's a line. Oh, okay, we're done with that. Anyway, this area, let's just do arrows. I'm good with arrows. This area right here, that's the interesting part. And as you can see, here's the Stokes down here. So what I saw on the 1 minute, and actually I went short a little early. Like, I honestly can't remember. Let me show my trade here. Order status right here. I went short at 1925. I can't remember why I took that one, but the second short, I went short at 1964. I added. So I don't usually do that, but this 1964 would have been the better entry. And I'll show you why as we see the divergence happening back on the Stokes. So here's the price action, right? High, we made a high of like what does that say? 2036. Drop down, bounce up, and new high of, we'll call it 2050, right? Well, on this high, the blue line made a lower high, right? Let's see, I'll mark that right here with my fancy arrows right here and right here. Okay, if you can see that. This is a divergence from price action, right? So normally, if you're making a higher high, like we did here, pop, pull back, pop, higher, it would look more like this, where you pop, pull back, pop higher. So this part of the blue line here is lower than this one. This is a higher high than this one. This is normal. This is normal right here. This is divergence. And as you can see, what happened next, the confirmation happens, the time you can kind of go short is when it crosses to the downside. That tells you that this next move is the reversal, and that's what happened here, right? So I went short. The VWAP is actually, if you look at the chart, let me pull up PS. So the VWAP was right here at the time. I'll make this bigger because I know it's small on y'all's screen. That, right? It made this move. Anyway, it comes back up to the VWAP, and I'm saying to myself, okay, this is the last area that I'm going to willing to try this thing, and that's where that divergence happens on this chart. Okay, that's where the divergence happens. The price made a higher high, but the Stokes made a lower high. Divergence right here. So when I get the cross, when the blue line crosses back down to the red, through the red line, indicating the move down, that also tells me that we're going to get a bigger move down. And you can see the price went from, let's see where the cross happened. I can't immediately get there, but we'll just call it right here, right? Let's say it's 2020. Well, it opened all the floodgates opened up on this thing, and it's still going lower since then. So I covered right here. Let's see, pull it up again. Where did I cover at? I covered at 1936, all 2,000 shares. And the price action currently is still at 1936. Huh. So I nailed that one. But it still does look like it's going lower. But again, that's the divergence on the 1 minute. Now, typically the 1 minute isn't going to give you as big of a move because it's still a 1 minute. You know, a higher time frame is going to be a longer play for sure. But those are the two trades today I made. Both of them were divergence on the Stokes. And I think on the SPY yesterday, if we want to pull that one up, I actually, if I remember correctly, I made a trade on the SPY yesterday based off of divergence. Let me see about this one. But hopefully you can see it. So this is the FOMC minutes, right? This is the. It says I'm offline. Hell. I don't know how long I've been talking to anybody. Anybody hear me? I'll keep going. Hopefully, okay, sorry. On my end, it looks like ass. So if it gets choppy, just let me know. Okay, anyway, so this is the SPY yesterday. FOMC minutes. Okay. Just let me know, is it choppy? Because on my end, the stream keeps keeps being stupid. Maybe stop live playback. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, so we have the FOMC minutes, the Fed coming out, or not minutes, the announcement. The Fed saying a cut rate is a quarter point. Fed Powell says some stuff that blah, blah, blah. Anyway, market just sells off, right? Absolutely sells off. So the market's making these lower lows, right? What happens here is a little different than what this is a little different with the Stokes, right? So this was deep into the bear territory. And in that trend line, I said, as soon as the Stokes breaks this trend line, I'm going long. I actually did it on Facebook. You could pull up Facebook, because Facebook was doing the exact same thing, right? So I said, if we break this trend line, I'm going long, because it's going to be a bounce. And sure enough, as soon as it broke here to the upside, that was showing me up into the market. Boom, huge pop, right? So you can use the Stokes with trend lines just like you do stocks. Like, you couldn't really draw a trend line here on the market. You would have missed this move, but this was a great indication in market behavior. So that's two ways to use the Stokes. The first one is the divergence that we showed about on the TOO or TWO trade, TWOU trade with the 15-minute chart, and the PS trade from today. Are there any questions on it? Sorry if the stream sucks. Any questions? No questions. Good, good. So I don't know what the settings are with your broker or whatever. Right here is the 1433. That's just the default setting in TradingView. But yeah, that was the trades for today. I guess while we're at it, does anyone have any questions on trading in general? I don't really broadcast that often. See if I can find one. A little divergence here on any of these. No. All right, if there's no questions, I'm gonna close the stream down. So thanks for coming. See you guys next time. Oh, how often do you go long using Stokes? If there's a reversal, Conan, I will do it every time. If I saw this pattern with this price action, I'll do it every single time. Absolutely. It's that reliable. Now, I'm not going to just go long every time there's a cross. Like, every time there's a cross to the upside, I'm not going to just go long blindly. There's two things in this chart that really I liked. You had a trend line on the candlesticks that, a lot of times if resistance levels break, there's a pop, right? So you had one, we'll call that a domino, right? And the other domino was this divergence. So there's two things that all lined up for a glorious profit. So that's why I took this trade. Same with the PS thing, right? PS on the 1 minute. Let's get the 1 minute chart up here. Oh gosh, okay. Same thing, right? Price action still going up. Stokes is going down. Stokes is kind of a leading indicator. So when I get that cross here, when it looks like it's going to cross, I think I went short. Where was it? Doesn't seem right. Is this the spot? Well, that's the divergence. Is this the spot where I took it? I'm so confused. Well, whatever. That's divergence. If I saw this again, I would take it every single time. This is short. So divergence is a nice way to find reversals, and if it lines up with the trend line, I'm good. I'll take it most of the time. And again, if you see a divergence, post, and you're not sure about it, or you don't know if it's a divergence, post it in chat in the Discord, and we'll have people look at it. So if you guys don't have a link to the Discord, let me get that for you somehow. Discord's moved things around. Server thing. Where did they put the stupid thing? Invite people. There we go. There you go. Post it in chat. That's the Discord server. Any other questions? So I think that's about it. All right, I'm shutting her down. I'll see you guys back in Discord. Once I figure out how to stop the broadcast. Oh my gosh, they don't make this easy, do they?